there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thanks so much for being here for the first time. For those of you who are returning, thanks for coming back. I appreciate that very much. If you'd like to support this channel, if these messages help you with your spiritual growth, because that's the intention. This is what this is for. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate that. So for this week, we're going to look into what the archangels want us to know. All right, what guidance they have for us this week. We're still in the energies of the new moon in Gemini. Okay. Now mosquitoes want to come after me. I should have known better, but it is what it is. We're still dealing with the new moon energies. So if you're having a hard time with this new moon, just do something that lights you up. Listen to uplifting music. Like I was at Walmart earlier today, and I heard Footloose by Kenny Loggins, and me and this girl were singing it in one of the aisles. It was the greatest thing. Okay, so. And then I put it on my playlist and I blasted it in my car, and then I blasted it in the house when I got back and was listening to that as I was making myself something to eat. So if you're having a hard time with this moon, like I said, go ahead, go find some music, maybe listen to Footloose. That is a very energetic, invigorating song. If you watched my live last night on YouTube, we got the peppermint card for healing. Do something that invigorates you, that gets your energy going, okay? And music is an excellent way to do that. It's also an excellent manifestation tool, okay? I know for me, music has been a huge catalyst in manifesting things that are pretty big, okay? Things that people are like, how the fuck did that happen type of stuff, all right? So let's see what the archangels want to share with us, what they want us to know, what guidance they have for us. Holy Spirit, archangels, galactic families, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Somebody said that the cards match my top. Yes, they do. Isn't that a fantastic thing? Ooh, we have the Empress. Oh shit! With the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Taurus energy. This is Venus. This is Aphrodite incarnate. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is the guidance that the archangels have for you this week. This is about you envisioning yourself as that goddess, as that queen, as that king. It's funny because I was just at 7-Eleven putting in gas in my car, and I actually went in because I was using a gift card for my gas, and the cashier had said Happy Father's Day. And Happy Father's Day, by the way, to all the fathers, especially the single fathers. You guys are amazing. You were amazing. The cashier said Happy Father's Day to the guy. And the guy didn't even know if he knew he was a father. He's like, thank you so much, King. And he called him King. And I was getting my gas, and I was like touched by that. I said, we should be calling each other that. Kings and queens. Empresses and emperors, okay? That's who we are innately. It's just that society tells us that we're not. We start to conform to the conventional ways of the world, of the earth, to get us to think that we're not of royalty, that we're not kings, that we're not queens. And I said to myself, God must have had me go in at the time that I did because I wanted to get gas earlier, but it didn't work out that way. And God set it up so that I had to go in and pay for the gas and see that thing happen. I have never in my life had anyone, especially a man, call another man a king. So those of you who are men, okay, you have to understand that you are kings, you are emperors too. All right. And I know a lot of you guys don't really get compliments. Like I was complimenting the cashier. I've been doing that, especially more so with men these days. And I remember complimenting a guy when my son and I went to the eye doctor, and he told me, thank you for that very much, because men don't really get compliments like they should. Okay. So this is also guidance for those of you who really want to be like a true empress here. You're going to be complimenting people, other men, other women. Okay, you may not know who they are. It can even be people who we were like, I don't know if I should be complimenting that person, but watch what it does to them. Okay, it's something so simple that actually can change somebody's life, somebody's perspective of themselves. They could be dealing with a whole bunch of shit you don't know, and when you say something like that to somebody, it actually changes the game for them in a way. It raises their vibration, and God will help them to remind that moment, that incident of when someone had given them that compliment. Okay, that is what empresses do. All right, they have a lot of understanding, compassion for people. They're very kind-hearted. They will compliment other people. They will say something about like their dress or their name tag. I've actually been doing that. I've been running into people with these very unique names, and I've been like, I love that name. What does it mean? I ask them what it means, if there's a meaning behind it, and they light up, and they start like, wow, nobody's asked me that before, or only a few people have asked me that. And they talk about it means this, it means that. And then my intuition, my Empress energy, my psychic ability starts to channel things. And I start giving them messages from that. Again, that's like what an Empress does. This is a very different type of reading that I've been doing when this Empress card comes out. But this is what I'm being guided to share with everyone here. So, but again, it's like, things that are unconventional, but we all have to understand that we have this within ourselves. But the key here is to embody it and integrate it into our everyday lives. Okay, we are all divine feminine, whether you're a male or you're female. We have that internally. But the thing here is, if you really want to be at that level and have these things come to you, because she is the master attractor here. She's the one who understands the law of reciprocity. She understands the law of attraction, but more so, she understands that when she is at this vibration, God is going to bless her with those things that she's vibrating at. If you saw my live on Saturday night, if you haven't, I highly recommend you watch that, because I talked about those who were vibrating at a true divine feminine Christ energy level. They sit there pretty, handsome, whatever. They're making sure they're always connected to God. They're fulfilling their purpose. They're believing in themselves. They know their worth. They're not self-conscious about shit. They're showing their beauty, and it's coming from the inside out, not the outside in, right? It's like today I was debating on whether to do my eye makeup, and my guide said, don't do it today. Today you're not going to do your eye makeup when you do your weekly reading, right? And then I asked, what color should I be wearing, right? And it's funny because she's kind of wearing a color similar to here. Like, you can't make it up, right? Aqua is a very calming color. It is helping you to go with the flow. She goes with the flow. She's immersed in that water, but she's not inundated in it. She's not overcome by her emotions. She doesn't get all dramatic and get all pissy-faced, and she is not impatient, where she's letting her emotions run the best of her because she can't be patient about something, or she can't wait for something. She thinks that everything has to be done fast, 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 fast. The shadow side of her is like, I want it my way or the highway. It's like, it's trying to manipulate things, people, manipulate God even, okay? So with this Empress energy, when you're at that high vibration, she sits there. Look, she's not doing anything other than putting her fin in the water. She's connected to her intuition. She trusts her intuition fully. She doesn't doubt it. And if she doubts it for a split second, she gets back in that water halfway and she talks to God. She connects with her intuition. She talks to God. God, get me out of this doubt, get me out of this fear, get me out of this anxiety, this worry. All right? Because she knows she is provided by God. She's provided for by God. She's provided for by the universe. She trusts the whole universe and God fully. And when her vibration starts to dip a little bit, she dips her fin into the water. She connects with the earth. She connects with the elements. She connects with God to get her to stay in that alignment. It's funny because I actually now have a divine feminine alignment package as part of my reading packages on capellawellness.com. If you go to capellawellness.com and you click on the tarot packages that are there, I'm actually going to change that to something else, but it's called tarot packages right now. that is a package. I have a plus version of it and a regular version of it to help you stay in alignment. We go through the energies. These are divine feminine energy check-ins, all right, to make sure, are you in alignment? If not, what's out of alignment? What are we going to do to get you there? Because when you are going through trials and tribulations, and you can be at this level already, things are going to try to come in to throw you off, because the enemy does not want you to be in this power. This is the ultimate power for feminine energy right here. And then you have to balance that with the ultimate power of your masculine energy. So when you find yourself like the enemy's trying to pull you out of that frequency, that vibration, you know what to do. And over time, you will be so masterful at this. You will be so, it will become second nature to you that you will know what's out of alignment. You will know how to get back into alignment. You will know what it is that you're catching yourself about that you need to clear. All right. So for some of you, this is encouragement about, it's funny because I was not expecting this, with my divine feminine alignment packages. Okay. And my packages include multiple readings. And if you get a package, they save you money. Okay. Instead of getting the readings individually, you will save money if you order a package as opposed to getting different check-ins at different times, okay? I still have my Spring 10 coupon code for that. It's in the description box. That expires June 21st, so this is the last week where I'm going to have 10% off my packages. So if you are wanting to know, like, are you really in the Empress energy? Where are you at with this frequency? Are you fully embodying it and integrating it into your everyday life? Do you feel like a goddess? Are you still self-conscious? Are you still seeking validation outside yourself? Are you still expecting your counterpart, some job, something to fulfill you, to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel smart, to make you feel abundant? Then I would highly recommend that you do a check-in to help you work through that. An Empress is not going to have that type of energy surrounding her. She is not going to be validated by anything or anyone else but by herself and by God. Okay, so the divine frequency, yes, the divine frequency is what she's at. She's vibrating at the divine frequency, at the energy of the agape level here. She's all about unconditional love for herself, for other people. She does not judge at all. She doesn't force anybody to do things. She doesn't force herself to do anything either. She's very patient with others and with herself. She trusts in divine timing fully. She knows that everything will come to her in divine timing. When it's God's say, when God says it's ready, it's ready. She goes by the divine plan, by God's will. That is what an Empress does, okay? Yes, it's about empowerment and self-love and self-care, but some of us are forgetting about the God piece of this when it comes to the Empress, because this is a divine feminine. You can't ignore the divine part of this, and that means a true divine feminine, Grace, is going to have a solid, stable relationship with God. This is the God card for me. This is the Jesus card, all right? This is divinity. This is the highest of the high. This is the higher power, all right? She believes in what, she doesn't conform to what other people are telling her to believe, or she's also letting go of those false beliefs about religion, about marriage, right? If she wants to show her shoulders or her belly, she can. It was funny because I was going around, because this top is a little bit short, and I was like, oh man, my belly's kind of showing a little bit, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just as long as my pants don't fall off, my shorts don't fall off, right? There's something about that. I turned 43 the other week. I don't dress like a 43-year-old because I don't feel 43, right? I'm in my Empress energy. If I feel like I want to have the short camisole with my short Roxy shorts, then by all means, I'm going to do it, right? And there's also, like, I'm very feng shui with the jewelry that I wear. It always matches what I am wearing, okay, right? I have my pieces. I adorn myself with stuff because this is what makes me feel like an Empress. And if you look at her, holy shit. Some of you may have noticed that I have a fourth necklace, okay? It's a heart. They want it. I got this for myself for Mother's Day, okay? And They're like, wear this heart, the divine mercy, the heart of Christ. And remember, Christ isn't just Jesus. There's Mary Magdalene. There's other people who have that Christ consciousness. Okay? So they had me to have another 4. Because you know what they're telling me now? I went from a 3 to a 4. I'm leveling up. I'm seeing 3 of Wands to 4 of Wands. The journey completing, getting the rewards, right? It's a 3 to 4. It's a leveling up. Right? Where I'm even more in my Empress energy. And some of you, this is what's happening. You are leveling up, but remember, it doesn't end there. It's like there's more levels to what this Empress can achieve. Okay? She ends up reaching higher and higher and higher. It's a higher frequency of what this Empress can vibrate at. And now what they're telling me, there is a card that is not in tarot that is higher vibrational than this. Just like what I talked about with the 10 of Cups. That we can't be limited to the tarot either, because if this is divination, God is limitless, right? God is limitless, and you can't put God in a book either. There's things to learn about in the Bible. There's a lot to take from it, but that's not everything that God has taught us. There's no freaking way that you can put all of God's knowledge into a book, into a Bible, into a Torah, into the Quran, right? Any other religious books. There's no flipping way you can put all of the divine intelligence, the divine knowledge, God's knowledge into a book. So we continue to write more into that book. It's a book that doesn't exist in the physical. All right, this is tying into the Akashic records here with this Hierophant card, right? We're always creating new things. We're always finding new things. We're always tapping into new ways of thinking and new ideas and new methods and belief systems and things like that. Pulling further away from religion and becoming more spiritual, but it's more about our relationship with God. It's like that song, Losing My Religion by REM, right? You know, I grew up Catholic. And I'm way closer to God than I've ever been, and I stopped going to church. I'm way more at peace. I'm healthier, I'm happier, I'm in full tranquility, I'm in the flow, I'm in the divine flow, and it's just amazing. Now, I'm not saying for those of you who go to church that you shouldn't be going to church. That's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about with my belief systems. Now, for me, I got out of that, but God was showing me something different. The more I connected with God, He helped me go through the labyrinth of life. He helped me to understand what my purpose was, what my connection with God should be like, how I can connect with God. And I know a big thing here, because this is Taurus energy, Earth energy, is connecting with God through nature. Right? This is why He has me do these readings out here, and I think I'm going to switch up the readings for the time being. I'm hearing my summer readings since we're approaching the summer solstice, and trying to do more of this stuff out in nature, like I'm doing now. Okay? She's all about nature too. She's a nature person. She's out in nature. She connects more strongly with God that way, and she slows down. And she takes the time out to connect with God on a daily basis. And a lot of that has to do with being out in nature. Okay? So, again, I was talking about these belief systems or whatnot. I'm just explaining from my own journey. God has revealed to me so much stuff. And if you watched my live on Saturday night, it's like Saturday Night Live, right? It's the stuff that I pick up on is I'm in shock. I'm in awe. I'm like, wow, where did that come from? But I know that it came from God, because I am so tuned in and tapped on to the divine. My crown chakra is exploded open. It's like it's like lotus. That lotus flower, which is what my Capella Wellness logo is, right? With the stars around it. She has a crown. If you look at the Rider-Waite, the Empress has a star of crowns. Now I'm realizing why they had me put stars around that lotus. You see how when I do my own readings, like these readings for you guys, I become enlightened with stuff like that? That's why I was guided to put stars around that lotus, the enlightenment. the stars that are on the crown for the Empress and the Rider-Waite, the traditional tarot. That's my mission to help you guys to get to attain. But the thing is, the society needs to work on being more tuned in with their feminine energies. I talked about this on Saturday night. This is just a continuation of this. All right? But this is you embodying and integrating the characteristics of the feminine, being understanding, having unconditional love for self and for everyone. And I mean everyone. Okay? A true feminine in Christ will unconditionally love everyone. That's why it's so hard for some to be fully this. You got to be forgiving. You cannot be an empress if you're not forgiving. I'm going to say it. You cannot, because forgiveness is a divine quality. This is a divine feminine. Forgiveness is of the divine. So you guys are smart. If you have an issue with forgiveness, that needs to be worked on. And this is not to be belittling. This is the truth coming out here. You cannot be fully Empress, divine feminine Christ, if you are not a forgiving person, if you cannot unconditionally love yourself and others, if you're not patient, if you do not understand that you are going by God's plan, not yours. God oversees everything. It is your job to live this out, breathe, talk, drink, sleep this. All right, this is reminding me that I got to do my other divine feminine, embodying and integrating the divine feminine class. My guides reminded me of the classes that I need to be doing. So if somebody can remind me, please, because I have all of these ideas and then they escape me. But I used to have a class called Embodying, Integrating Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. I was told by my guides that I need to revamp that class. Now that I have leveled up, me being the Empress then is very different than me being the Empress now. I'm at a different level of, like I said, you can't limit the tarot to this. There's something above the Empress is what I'm being told. So now I have to reteach this. If you are interested in taking this class, it's not going to be expensive, okay? It's not going to be like one of the readings that I put on my website, all right? This is going to be doable. But of course, I cannot have this super cheap because I know my worth. I have a lot of divine intelligence, a lot of gifts, a lot of wisdom to share. I am not going to make that class cheapo, okay? I am not cheap. All right, I have to flat out say that. I know my worth, but I'm going to connect with my guides and say, okay, how should I price this class? I will tell you it will be well under $100, okay? I can tell you that. But if you're interested in knowing when this class is available, when it's ready, you can sign up for my free mobile app, okay? The link to that's in the description box below. You can get announcements, okay? You don't have to have a paid membership to get my free announcements on there. I will announce when that class is ready. I will also announce it on my community page on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that you get more videos from me. You get notifications from that. Hit the notification bell as well, and you know that when I post on the community channel when this class is ready and everything else that I put up there, you will be able to grab your seat for that class, okay? If you are a member, a paid Capella member with the higher tiers, you're gonna get discounts on every class that I offer, okay? Different tiers have discount codes that you could use indefinitely for readings and for classes, because I'm gonna start having more classes now. The higher tiers have you get sent a coupon code with regards to, hold on, this thing's gonna kill me. Get away, mosquito. Anyway, I forgot for a second I was recording. Anyway, you will be able to get discounts on every class that I offer, okay? So, going back to this, society as a whole, a lot of us need to really step it up with embodying and integrating this into our everyday lives. There's so much of this suppression of the feminine energy, even amongst men, and we need to get out of that. That is a false belief that men cannot be feminine. right? Or that feminines have to be codependent, that we have to be giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, that we have to be a doormat, that we have to do everything for everybody. Absolutely not. This is mother energy. But being a mother does not mean that you allow people to run over you. It does not mean that you have to do everything, and when you're dealing with adults that you treat them like babies. Absolutely not. That is not a true mother. It's not an empress, because what are you doing? You are giving and giving and giving. I said she understands the law of reciprocity, the act that the equal give and take. You give and you receive. You give and you receive. So many of us have a huge problem with receiving. We have an issue with people being kind to us, with people giving us compliments or something like that, with people opening up doors for us, or people, hey, can I buy that coffee for you? Can I help you with your groceries? Can I help you with your health, with your ascension, with your healing, whatever this is? Can I help you with something? Hey, hey, don't do the dishes today. Don't cook today. Don't worry about it. If you don't want to drive, I'll drive, right? Because remember, a distorted feminine, right, with that motherly energy, if you end up doing everything for everyone, you are actually enabling them. And they become so codependent on you. Guess who's being taxed? Guess who's stressing out? Guess whose health is failing? Guess who's sleep deprived? Guess who doesn't have time for themselves? You. That's not what God wants for you. Because guess what that does? It lowers your vibration, and then you start to attract what you're vibrating at. Sickness, self-consciousness, self-sabotage, lack of self-love, lack of health, lack of time for yourself. You feel expended, you feel exhausted, you feel tapped out. Where's the divinity in that? When you're connected to God, when you're true in your divinity, you're at peace and your health is excellent. You get good sleep, like really good sleep. You don't feel guilty when you take yourself to the spa. You take you tell the family, hey man, I need a day off. That is not a bad mother. It's not a bad father. It's not a bad anyone. God is expecting you to be responsible for your health. You cannot rely on anyone and anything to do that for you. You cannot rely on anyone and anything to bring you happiness. God blessed you with your vessel. He gave you your life. You have the ultimate responsibility to take care of it. And that means taking care of you. That is what she is so excellent at. She is able to defy the aging process by doing that. We all know stress and anxiety and not taking care of ourselves, health-wise, whatever, exercise, it makes us look older. We become more frail. We become weaker. We are not supposed to become weaker when we get older, ladies and gentlemen. That is a false belief. Everyone thinks like, oh, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 50s, I don't have enough energy. That's how it works because you get older and everything falls apart. Who said that? Did God tell you that? Or did society tell you that? I bet you $1 million God didn't tell you that. I know for damn sure he didn't tell me that. Right? People are expecting me to look a certain way or to have less energy in my 40s. I'm approaching the mid-40s. Oh, hell no. I am not close to that at all. And this is not being vain. This is understanding that I put in a lot of hard work to myself because I'm not believing in that. I am really set on making sure that as I get older, especially because my family has a lot of health issues, one of my goals is to not have to take any medication for anything, to not have any surgeries for everything. Now, if God's got some other plan, great. But for me right now, I'm making sure that I don't go in that direction. I know I have the ability to defy the aging process, right? Because that's tying into me following God's plan and being connected to God and being connected to the earth and taking care of myself. Making sure there's no stress in my life. There's no worry. There's no anxiety. There's no, you know, I got to do this, I got to rush, I got to do everything and everything. No. And I've said this before, and it's funny because when I talk about this in some of the divine feminine readings, it might come out in the June feminine reading again. Some people don't like that because they have a preconceived notion of what a mother is, of what an empress is. But God did not say anywhere, if you want to look at the Bible, he didn't say anywhere, thou shalt be stressed out, thou shalt be poor, thou shalt be giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. That God doesn't say that anywhere. Where does it say that? Thou shalt be depleted of energies. That takes you out of alignment. That lowers your vibration. Lower vibration runs the risk for the devil to just wreak havoc in your life, make you sicker, make you weaker, make you feel less worthy, make you feel like shit. Where does it say anywhere that God wants us to feel like shit? Explain to me, put in the comments anywhere that it says, God, thou shalt feel like shit. There's nowhere that it says that. So if somebody here is trying to prove me wrong, God doesn't want us to be in those energies. Because that takes away our divinity. It dims our light. It takes us away from true peace and true happiness. And health is everything. Your well-being is everything. There's also like this unconventionality, doing unconventional things about, you know, what you were taught as, like who you should be as a man, as a woman. Remember, because this is not man, woman. This is feminine energy. This is about being sensitive but not being hypersensitive. This is about feeling abundant in all areas of life. Health, harmonious relationships, peace, love. But it starts with you first. She also loves music. She uses music as a manifestation tool. That's what I use for everything. The bigger the manifestation, the longer it's going to take. And she knows this. And she will wait until God says she's ready to receive what it is she's manifesting. Even if it takes years. Because she knows if she's desiring big ass things to include permanent union with her person, she's going to say, God, thy will be done. It is according to your timing and your plan. And she's patient as all hell. But what she does is she continues to take care of herself. She continues to fulfill her purpose. She continues to be an example for others. And I have to go back to the necklaces. I forgot. Okay? The reason why they had heart. This is unconditional love right here. Which is why they told me to get this as a gift for myself for Mother's Day. Right? No, it was Mother's Day and my birthday. Actually, it was my birthday. It was both. Look. She has 4 necklaces, if I'm not mistaken. It's at least 3 to 4. There's 2 chokers up here. I know it's not really in focus, but look. You can't make it up. She's adorned with jewels. She has these, she's very fashionable. She's adorning herself with things that make her feel beautiful. She's not hooked on this stuff where, oh, if I put this on, it's going to make me feel better. No, the inside is vibrating out. Her light is radiating at some incredible luminosity here. And what she does to enhance her beauty, she adorns herself with things. Now, you may feel like, that's not me. I don't wear jewelry. I don't wear this. I don't really want to put on like the long earrings or the dress or whatever. Remember what I said. If you guys have watched me with the feminine readings, a true empress dresses the part too. I don't think any of us have seen any kings or queens or emperors or empresses who were wearing yoga pants and a sports bra all day, every day. And again, I have to reiterate this. This does not mean that you can't wear that, okay? I'm in my camisole and my shorts, but I still adorn myself with They told me not to put on my makeup today because I'm being my natural self, right? You can still be your natural self and still feel beautiful. You don't need to put all this stuff on your face to make you feel beautiful. You don't need to put the Botox. You don't need to put the hair dye, whatever. You don't need to put all this stuff to make you, oh my God, I have these blemishes and I have these pimples and like my skin is not really glowing and now I have these wrinkles and blah, 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 blah. Do you know what you're doing? You're not loving yourself for who you are, wrinkles and all, blemishes and all, right? You can make those wrinkles go away, but that's for another time. But you do that without anything that people will give you or society will tell you to make you feel younger, to make you feel better about yourself. Right? It looks like she has like blue lipstick on. She has a little bit of makeup on, but she will put it on when she feels like she needs to. But she knows she doesn't need that to make her feel like a badass or to make her feel gorgeous. She understands her natural beauty. She's redefined what beauty is for her. She doesn't have to look like a Victoria's Secret model. She doesn't have to be 5'9". She doesn't have to be very thin. She doesn't have to be a C cup. And for men, you don't have to be 6 foot to be a man, to be handsome, to be attractive. You don't have to have non-gray hair. You don't have to have a 6-pack or something like that. But this is also about you tapping into that feminine energy with knowing what makes you look good, feel good, right? And emperors too, for those of you who are men, this is about you dressing the part too. Yes, you can wear basketball shorts and an undershirt all day, every day. But you're not going to be that attractive to other women. There's a difference. It's the same thing with the women. Right? Look the part. Again, look at what she's wearing. It's very regal. It's very sexy. It's very her. She's showing her shoulders like I'm doing the same thing here. She's showing her belly. You know what's amazing? She's pregnant and she's showing her belly. Some people judge others, especially pregnant women, when they're wearing bikinis or they're wearing a top where their belly's sticking out. Oh my God, I can't believe she's supposed to be hiding that. Who are you to judge? I don't know, somebody needs to hear that, but I know some people do this. Who are you to judge that? Did God say thou shalt not have your pregnant belly out? I don't see that anywhere. Did God say thou shalt not be showing your stomach? I don't see that anywhere. Now, provided this is about, you know, the shadow side of her is that she dresses in a way to get attention. She dresses in a way to have this sex appeal, but she's like a Jezebel where she's trying to get sex or money from people. That's the shadow side of this person right here. I gotta dress like this so I can attract these men, these women. So I can go in for the kill. That is not divine. That's where it goes by the wayside. Okay? Obedience. Thank you, God, Holy Spirit. She is 1,000% obedient. She goes by God's plan. Which is why I was saying she doesn't force. She doesn't rush. If God says to wait, she will wait. If God says to change things up, she will change things up. She's always that connected to God. When God says go, she goes. When God says stop, she stops. When God says hold on, hold the line, she holds the line. When God says for her to rest, she rests. When God tells her to receive, just receive feminine, she receives. She knows when to take action, and she knows when not to. Because when she's in a state of rest and waiting and patience, she is allowing God to come in to do his part. Because a true feminine Christ has done her work. She's cleared that karma. She's healed herself fully. She's also healed the inner child. She's vibrating at the divinity level, the highest frequency. She's at the violet flame or higher. And she's allowing God to now come in and take over fully. Okay? Now that you are here, you've put in the work, you've done your time, you've been patient, you've been obedient, you've been understanding, you've been unconditionally loving, you know your worth now, and you're not seeking validation or your happiness outside of yourself. Now I am about to do what is in my will for you. And for some feminines here, and you know who you are, your dreams, your manifestations are about to come to fruition. Something is about to birth. You are in the birthing room. You are getting closer. And I think I got this the other week or something like that, where some of you are crowning, or you were crowning, and now it's time for the baby to come out. There may be a little birth here for somebody. Congratulations. Or some of you are about to get pregnant. Some of you are very fertile. You've created this ground for yourself, this environment for yourself that is very fertile, and it's everything that you've been growing, the seeds you've been planting. You're going to see this like jungle, this amazing English garden of abundance in all forms. Because you trusted in God, and you were patient, and you went by God's will, not yours. And some of you are attracting a very solid, stable relationship with your counterpart. She waits for the individual who God ordained, assigned to her, because it was written that you and your masculine would come into union when you are fully here. And you stayed here for a long time. And you said, I know God's going to bring me the masculine as long as I stay in my divine feminine power, as long as I continue to be patient, as long as I continue to be of the utmost health, the utmost highest vibration, all of these things. God wrote it in his plan that you and your masculine are for each other, that you are one, that you are destined for permanent union. But the thing with that is, the agreement with God was, feminine, I need you to allow me to have the time to work on you, to have the time to work on your masculine, and I need you to be patient and forthcoming and continue to connect with me at all times, and to stay in that power, because he's testing the feminine to see if she's going to be patient enough for God's will to be done. Because she knows that a divine masculine is the highest love of all. It's the highest frequency. It's the love of a lifetime. It's the 1 in a million love that I talked about in the reading on Saturday night, okay? She knows that she has to go by God's timing, by God's plan, because God oversees your life, your masculine's life, his plan, your plan. It is written, and God will have it come to pass, provided that the feminine does her part. And she stays in this energy. She's not settling for a soulmate, because she knows, because she's that connected to God, she knows that there's only one divine masculine. There is only one divine relationship, and it is the one that God wrote in his book. It's the one that God ordained for you. And she will wait as long as it takes for that will to be done by God and God alone. Hence, divinity. She's not settling for what is not in God's plan. Thank you, God, for that. And look what is behind the Hierophant, the divine relationship. You can't make it up. Harmony on all levels. This is complete abundance in all forms. This is having material and emotional wealth right here with your counterpart. You cannot have the 10 of Cups with anyone other than your divine masculine. And if it takes years to get there, then so be it, because God already wrote it down how long it's going to take for you to achieve the 10 of Cups. And along the way, the feminine is now creating harmonious relationships with everyone in her family, with everyone around her. Because remember, this is harmonious union. The feminine has to be harmonious in her life and have harmony surrounding her before she can have this. This is showing unconditional love and being in an idyllic peace. Remember how I was talking about me talking to the cashier? So they're not in a gas station, but this is the same thing. Oh my God, this is totally playing out what I saw earlier at the gas station. And I will say one of the men was black, okay? And the cashier was darker. And there's me. When you are flowing with that unconditional love, it's flowing through you, you are giving that back out. You are sharing that love. You are sharing that wisdom with others. You're not keeping it for yourself. And you are telling random strangers, giving them compliments, and being at the market, being at the gas station, saying, hey, I wish them a happy Father's Day today. I don't even know them. That is showing love. Again, that's what an empress would do. This is so scary, guys. It's not even funny. And you know who's watching? Your divine masculine. Maybe not literally. Oh, God, wait, what? Maybe your divine masculine's actually watching you. How you act. Are you really embodying a true feminine Christ? This is also your guides, your angels, earth angels, everybody else watching you, even other human beings watching you. How cordial you are, how kind and warm-hearted you are, how you give this love to others, and they're just strangers. That's why feminine's going to be an example for others on what unconditional love is and how you embody and integrate that. You are helping others by example. Well, wow, that person's really kind, and look at what they said to that person. And I know there was somebody behind me in line. I can feel them hearing and watching me. I was talking to that cashier. People are watching you. You're supposed to be an example of divinity. You're supposed to be an example of Christ consciousness. That's what she exudes. She's living, breathing, sleeping, eating Christ consciousness. She's being an example of what God has asked us to be an example of. God-like. Gods and goddesses. I said that last night. But not the God. A God. A goddess. When you find idyllic peace in life, that is when you have an incredible relationship with God, with Jesus, with Mary Magdalene, ascended masters. This is leaving behind the traditional ways of thinking, The traditional ways of understanding what a beautiful family is, what a true harmonious marriage is, a harmonious union, a union that is blessed by God. When all parties, both the husband and the wife or whatever, are in idyllic peace, they are euphoric, they are flooding with this unconditional love, and they're pouring it out to others. And their counterpart is doing the same, their person is doing the same. That is a true connection, blessed and ordained by God. Everybody's healthy, everybody's happy. There's balance in the family, there's balance in the home. Everyone's just living the life. There's nobody who's miserable, there's no one who's trying to control, there's no one who's angry all the time, there's no one who's taking and taking and taking and giving and giving and giving. There's harmony, this is equal give and take between two people, especially in a home, especially in a marriage. If that's not what's going on right now, that wasn't ordained by God, because a God-ordained spouse, a God-ordained connection will be 10 of Cups, harmonious. And there's a smaller group of you are manifesting a beautiful relationship that so many people on this earthly plane do not have. But you understand that God is at the front of everything. And that means you have a strong relationship with God, which means it's God, you, the connection, not your spouse, and then God, and then you. Not God, then your spouse, and then you. And this means you have a balance with the things that God asks you to do. This doesn't mean that you're overdoing it, like with traditions, with religion. Oh my God, I have to do everything that's for God. That's the only thing that I got to do. And everything's got to be put by the wayside. God's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I did not tell you to be going to church 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, and neglecting yourself in your health. You see where that false belief comes from? I gotta go to church to be one with God. I gotta do that. And some people, I'm hearing some people go to church when they're very sick, or they know they need to take a break, and they think, oh my God, if I don't go to church, God's gonna be mad at me, God's going to hell. Who said that? If you understand the woman at the well in the Bible, and she's like, I'm rejected. They don't allow me in the temple, right? I'm dirty, I'm unclean. And Jesus is like, who said that? You're a child of God. Your temple is everywhere around you. It's nature. It's within yourself. It's about spirit and truth, spirit and service. If you are just walking somewhere, you could even be in your car even, and you got to talk to God, and you got to connect with God, then you do it. You do not have to be in a church to connect with God, period. A church is a man-made building. It was created by hands of man, not hands of God. And yes, you can say that God blessed the builders and the people who built the church. However, it's still created by man. If you go out in nature, and yeah, I did say car, but it's not a church. Your energies are already in the car. You're picking up energies from the other people in that church. And a lot of people in that church are probably lower vibrational. I am going to say it. They could be sickly. They could be self-conscious. They could actually be conniving people. And I'm not judging here, but this is the reality of it. And if you're going to these places of worship and you're thinking that everything is like you are connecting with God, you are actually connecting with everybody else around you, and you have no idea what's going on in their lives. A lot of people put a facade that they're very godly, that they're like that Christ-like. But are they living this? Are they full of fear? Are they full of worry and anxiety? Are they unhealthy? Are they self-conscious? Have they been taking good care of themselves? Do they trust God fully in everything that they do? The traditional ways of prayer, there's no wrong way to pray, right? She knows, or he knows, what is right for her because she's always going to God first. And like I said about the church thing, like, oh no, God comes first, I have to neglect myself. God's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You seek thee first the kingdom of God, yes. But when you're overdoing it with the God thing, like going to church like all the time, or going to church when you're sick, or doing things for God when you just can't, you have no energy, God's like, no, I am not going to burn you at the stake. Why did I say that? I'm not going to strike you with lightning. You're not sinning when you do this. If God's telling you to rest, he's telling you to rest for a reason, to prevent worse things from happening to your health and in your life, because you lower your vibration. Guess what? The devil's like, yes, they're not taking care of themselves because they want to put God first all the time. I got to do God, 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 God. That's not what God wants for you either. That's what the devil likes to come in. Oh, look, they're unhealthy. Their energies are depleted. They're actually stressed out. Stress is a demonic spirit. Anxiety is a demonic spirit. Fear is a demonic spirit. Why would you want yourself to allow yourself to get yourself into those energies? I think a lot of you are smart enough to know where I'm heading, what I'm talking about. If you don't, come talk to me. Now, Archangel Michael has something to say today. The sense of humor card doesn't want to come out. All right. Some of you may be looking at people, what I'm getting, you're trying to figure out how someone is so like healthy and vibrant and they're glowing literally, and they're just so at peace with themselves and blissful, but they're not going to church, or they're not doing the conventional ways of being one with God. And some of you may be looking at people, or you may be one of those people where they're looking at you like, what? How are they living life like that? It's because they have their own relationship with God. God told them, you don't need to do this and do that to be one with me, to have a happy, blissful life. It's exactly what God has taught me, what he's shown me. And he says, Jess, this is what's right for you. And remember, what's right for me is not always going to be right for you. It's going to be different for everybody. Take what resonates, but you have to be honest with yourself in your situation here. You have to understand, God's got a different plan for all of you. But the common denominator in all this is God. And God's going to show you the way. And if you are at that high vibrational, God will actually show you the plan. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I am grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. She attracts trustworthy people, but she knows who's trying to play her. And this is a big faith card. She has unwavering faith in everything. Okay? You can't make it up, everybody. Thank you for the support from the archangels and from God. What was I saying? Lean on God and the archangels for support. And all the other angels. There's so many of them. Prayer. Going to God. I know one of you got these exact same cards. That's a huge message for you. Dear God and angels, I give you this situation now and completely. I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. You would not believe the miracles that come in through people that you would least expect. You can't make this up. I couldn't if I tried. I don't know what that is. What did I say about the sense of humor card not wanting to come out? There it is, ladies and gentlemen, sense of humor. Thank you for helping me see the humor in the situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. An empress sees the humor in every situation. She's the embodiment of all the queens. Her Queen of Swords comes out. She knows that she's learning lessons, but she laughs when things go wrong. When she laughs when it's like, oh, that's kind of funny, God. I do that every day. When God shows me things or things happen, I'm like, oh. And I get these signs and synchronicities. I'm like, God, that was clever. God, that was funny. Even today at Walmart, God said, no, go back to that aisle. You forgot something. I'm like, wait, what? No, I shouldn't. He goes, no, go get this. And then I had to stay in Walmart because there was a couple of songs that came on that were significant to me, and then I had signs and synchronicities related to that song that had to do with my counterpart, and I just laughed, and people were probably looking at me crazy because I'm laughing to myself. See the humor in every situation. View your experiences in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. Top of the deck, what did I say about nature? Spend time outdoors. Thank you for motivating me to spend more time outdoors and for helping me relax and enjoy connecting with nature. I'm going to flat out say it. There are some of you who've been watching me for a while. You don't trust me. You don't trust what I'm saying because you are thinking of the traditional, conventional way of things about God, about religion, about your unions, about your counterparts. I always ask before I do these readings to speak truth and nothing but. I'm very different from other people. I've worked very hard to get here, and I've been blessed with the rites of passage to receive these divine messages to communicate with all of you. And I know some of you and God ended up showing you something that you realized that I was right in, and I am not here to be right. I'm here to give you truth. That is it. To give you enlightenment, to teach you the way of God that comes through me. Okay? Some of you could very well be judging me by my appearance or by my age or by my so-called lack of experience in something, maybe tarot, maybe in my journey. I don't know. Some of you may be wondering, how does she get all this knowledge? Where does this come from? How is she that much in the power, whatever, and she's only done this for so long, whatever. Some of you have hangups about it. Some of you have questioned what guidance I have given you, whether it's personally or through these readings. And some of you have actually seen it in the physical. That what Jess said or what was channeled through here, my guides had said, because I'm the messenger, I'm just the vessel here to disseminate information, divine information. And some of you were like, whoa, what she said came to pass. Whoa, oh my gosh, she was actually correct. She did speak the truth. I would rather have confirmation given to you about the truth I'm giving to you than me being right. And I will never once tell you I told you so. Because you got to figure it out for yourself. I am here to guide. I am here to teach. I am here to give you messages. But somebody here is about to birth something very huge because of what you've done. For a minute there, I was wondering, like, what are my parents doing? But they're not here. They won't be here for a while. Happy Father's Day to my dad, and my uncles, and my ex-husband, and my divine counterpart. He's a father too. Happy Father's Day to you. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Send some love to your fathers, whether they're here or they're not. And those of your fathers who passed away, they're smiling down on you. A lot of your fathers have a sense of humor, and they're trying to give you signs and synchronicities through that. They're trying to help you out here, to get you to see the sense of humor in things. Okay, that's for a few of you here. Let's see what your guidance is. What other guidance do we have? Yeah, new beginnings are here with that Empress energy. First, either way, there's a new cycle. You're leveling up, but remember, there's new levels of this divine feminine Christ energy. I haven't gotten this before. Every time I do these readings, there's more enlightenment for me too, which is why I said you can't limit this stuff to the tarot, guys, because God is limitless. We are limitless. If you listen to that song "To Be Free" by, oh God, Tonight Alive, whoever said that, thank you. I think that's the group, To Be Free, Tonight Alive. If you see the album cover, it's in blue, and there's a hand reaching out into like the ethereal is what I call it. Listen to that song. There's actually a mantra in there, I am limitless. Okay? It's a fantastic song. I've actually been listening to that for the past couple of days. That song was, I only found out about that song through my counterpart when I was, I went to visit him at his house, and he played that song for me, and every time I hear it, I hear more messages coming from him. So listen to that song. I think it's called Tonight by Tonight Alive. It's called To Be Free. There are major messages in there for you. So she's free as a bird. So some of you, you have acquired this amount of freedom here where you're now manifesting new things. And again, with that leveling up here, you are moving to a different level of Christ consciousness. A different type of empress is what I'm being told. All right. Others of you, new beginnings are here for you to really start to embody and integrate this into your everyday life. And as I said, I'm going to have that class. I would highly recommend that you join me for that class. If you've had the class already, it's going to blow you away more so than it did the last time. All right? But for those of you who are already in this energy, you are about to birth some huge things here. New beginnings all around. Your love life, your business, your mission, your counterpart connection, you name it. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. Now is not the time to do this. This is why when we watch these readings, you are at a different timeline than somebody else, which is why I channel for different groups. Some of you may think that you are closer to this new beginning when you're kind of further away from it. And this is not to say that you're wrong or you're not making progress or anything like that. It's just that there are different levels. Everybody has their different levels, their different timelines. So for those with the not now is not the time to do this card. Now is not the time to do the traditional way of things or the conventional way of things, the social programming way of things. The law of man needs to be thrown out the window. You are now going to be learning more about the law of God. And that is you embodying, integrating this energy. Understand that you can manifest abundance with doing very little, with being at rest, because being at rest is actually taking action. You don't have to be working a 9-to-5 job to manifest some significant things in your life. You don't need to be working 20 hours a day just to pay the bills. Your high frequency will be in alignment with God, where He will pay your bills. He will take care of everything, but you've got to do your part. And that is you being in full-blown feminine Christ energy. Also, for now is not the time to do this. Again, you are mistrusting in someone and something. 666, thoughts are out of balance regarding financial and material matters. See, for some of you, your ways of abundance, of manifestation, are actually not the ways for you. I have learned that for myself. Because I think I told some of you, I think it was in a members live reading, which I'm having on Wednesday. I'm having another members live reading. If you want to join in on that, sign up for a 7-day free trial if you're not a member already. In my members live reading, I was talking about how I started to realize me doing all these manifestation rituals or manifestation techniques, they're not working out for me because my vibration is different. And God was telling me, Jess, you're manifesting these things, not these things that the other percentage of people are manifesting. So I just need you to be patient. I just need you to be in your power, and it will come to you it will come to you in more ways than you're expecting. Thank you for the confirmation, birdies. Financial material matters. Money, abundance. How you think you should be acquiring that. There's some false beliefs in that God's trying to show you. 222, keep up the good work you're doing. For all of you, keep doing your work. Some of you need to step it up with your work. It takes years for you to be vibrating at this. Human years. God understands, and He doesn't go by years, but He understands that we go by human years. And I say that a lot. For someone to be vibrating at a true feminine Christ level, to be that connected to God, and just you have that much unwavering faith, that takes a lot of trial and tribulation. It takes a lot of challenges. It takes a lot of lessons to learn. You got to laugh through it all. Laughter is the best medicine, right? God wants you to be in a state of idyllic peace. When you reach that, watch the miracles that happen for you. Let's see what the masculine collective would like to say. Okay, they're ready to go. Or what your inner masculine wants to say. Again, this deck is available for sale. The link to purchase this deck is in the description box below. I want to move in together. I want us to move in together. This keeps showing up, man. You see how it flew out? I don't know if you saw that, but you probably heard it. I really don't like communicating with you. I'm just trying to find what to say. Just because they're silent doesn't mean they're not thinking about you, that they don't care. Also, what I'm being told, a true empress, she's excellent with telepathic communication. Again, because she's that connected to God. So God is opening up that heart chakra. She's connected so that God allows her to have that heightened ability. She's excellent at telepathy, and she's able to connect with God, hear God, but also with her counterpart. Okay? That takes some skill. It took me a long time to be able to just get these things from God and to hear Him and to feel Him more and to get stuff from my counterpart, right? My counterpart will give me stuff like he was talking to me while I was listening to music, and he was standing behind me in the kitchen like his apparition was, right? It's an amazing thing. And he telepathically tells me at all hours of the day. I don't need to be in meditation mode. I don't need to be in like at my altar or anything like that. Like God speaks to me anywhere. He speaks to me more profoundly when I'm out in nature, for sure, or when I'm really connected to Him. But again, for the masculines here, like they're communicating with you telepathically, but some of you are not at the vibration, or your crown chakra isn't, a third eye isn't open enough for you to receive this. This is also saying, the masculine collective here is saying, you don't need me to communicate with you in the physical. I can communicate you in ways that are higher than that. But yeah, they don't like not communicating with you in the physical, because they know that's a little bit different. There are throat chakra issues here. It's funny because just wait for my wellness challenge, my members. You probably already guessed it. They're trying to ask some of you a lot of things, but also, I want us to move in together. I want us to have a life together. They're also saying they want you to be the mother of their children. And even if they have children already, they want to have more with you. But I'm getting, the energy is gaining momentum, right? The volcano is about to blow. It's just God's timing here. He wants these masculines to go through this new moon in Gemini, which is about communication. It's squaring Neptune. So they're trying to not be delusional about things, or they're also trying not to have their head in the clouds or thinking that when they communicate with you, it's going to be a disaster, or they're trying to find what to say because it's nebulous for them. That's Neptune energy. They're like, oh God, I have this cloud of judgment, but Mercury is coming in because Mercury is in Gemini right now too. And this new moon in Gemini and the sun being there, it's helping the masculine collective to get clarity of thought, to clean up the mess in their clouded head, their nebulous head, to clear away the clouds, right? So this new moon for some of the collective is going to help them to have that clarity of thought, to communicate in a very succinct manner, but in a very open and honest, clear way where there are no misunderstandings. The masculine collective wants to make sure when they come forward with communication in the physical, that they don't bring about any more misunderstandings, because there were already a bunch of misunderstandings between the two of you in the past. This is what the masculine collective is trying to avoid. Okay. But I get very strongly, and because that's why they had me pick these Archangel Michael cards, right? They're the divine, God, everyone up there is helping the masculine collective understand that the feminine is trustworthy when they communicate their feelings, or more so that because they want to move in with the feminine, but there's something about that Neptunian energy that's causing some delusion. They're afraid that the past is going to repeat themselves, especially if they've been married before, they had a long-term relationship, someone screwed them over, or they lived with someone and they got burned. They're trying to make sure that they trust in themselves, that they have the utmost amount of faith, and they're communicating with God. God, please give me that faith to trust the feminine, or to be able to communicate with the feminine, because I really want to move in with the feminine. I really want to have a life together, right? She's married to the emperor here. So they're really working on their throat chakra this week. The new moon in Gemini, all the Gemini energy is helping this. But they want to make sure that there are no more misunderstandings going forward when they do communicate. Your scent keeps following me. There's a natural scent to you, and it's just like, oh my God, that's the feminine. Where is she? Oh my God, that's the feminine. Is she here? Is she right behind me? That's actually happened to me. When I was eating my breakfast, I was in the kitchen, I suddenly smelled my masculine, and I said, oh my God, where's that coming from? So if that happens to you, guess what? It's happening to your masculine at the same time. I'm going to ask to meet up with you so we can have an open, honest discussion. What was I talking about? They're getting there. For those feminines who are in alignment, they're getting there. You've had all the patience in the world. You have not been worrying about communication whatsoever in the physical from your person at all. Not even the communication from these cards, because you telepathically talk to them on a daily basis. They have been telling you this in the ethereal, in the 5D, and they're preparing by telling you in the 5D so that they know how you react emotionally, how you react in the 5D to them, how you react by intuition, They will feel it from you so that it's giving them the boost of confidence, the boost of energy to actually say it in the physical. As above, so below. It has to happen in the spiritual first before it can happen in the physical, which is why telepathy is so important in these connections. If you want to work more on telepathy with your person, come see me, okay? If you still have reservations about that, if I say things that you're thinking of every time I do a reading, that is proof right there. If you're looking for proof that I have those abilities and that I can help you open up those chakras and help you work on your telepathic skills, okay? But that's going to entail a lot of work on your part and also a lot of faith in God and your connection with God. Again, lean on God and the archangels for support. This has got to be stepped up right here. Look what's after this card. Thank you for bringing me closer to God. This is the whole point in this connection, ladies and gentlemen. And I will keep saying that until I'm blue in the face. Or when I'm not blue in the face, because I won't be blue in the face. If that's what my guides want me to repeat and repeat and repeat, it will be repeated. Some of you feminines are so powerful. You brought them back to God. You brought them back into having faith, that relationship with God, and for having them. Oh my God, it's a blue jay. Thank you for the visit. That's confirmation right there. Blue jays are about communication. It's also about changes are imminent. New beginnings are here. Blue is the throat chakra. Thank you. Now the dog is confirming. Can't make it up, everybody. That blue jay flew up onto the roof right on the gutter up here in the backyard when I was talking about this. That is confirmation about what this connection is about. It's about you getting closer to God and you bringing your masculine closer to God. That is the goal here. These divine connections are about this. For you and you being that example for your person to get them to do this. The blue jay confirmed it and the dog's confirming it. Dogs are about loyalty, friendship. They're unconditionally loving pets. Top of the deck, the wait is over. Yep, some of you, the wait is over. You know who you are, hence the new beginnings are here. You've been in this power for quite some time and you were just having that faith in God. You knew that the masculine was going to come back around. You weren't worrying about how many years it's been. You've been in idyllic peace. You've been doing your thing. Because you know what this connection is about. You have an understanding, a small group of you have an understanding that if God brought you to your masculine and you had this connection and then it went to separation and reunion, separation, reunion, whatever, you started over time to realize what it was about. And you said to yourself, this is what I teach. What God would not have me go through this and say, psych, you're not getting union. Your person's not coming around. That will only happen if the feminine does not do her work. And she's not patient. And she doesn't have that connection with God. And she is not. And if she's lacking the faith. The faith is a huge part in these connections, everybody. So for some of you, a much smaller group of you, the wait is over. You have changed me in ways you can't comprehend. I said this in my live last night. A true feminine Christ has the power to change lives, the power to save lives. But she does it because of her divinity, because of her light, because of her healing energy, because of her power. She's not there holding the hand. She's not there telling this person verbatim on what needs to change for the better and all these other things. She's not literally coaching the person face to face all the time or ever. She has the energetic power to change people's lives just like that. And this is what this feminine has done for this masculine. I see my world inside your eyes. This is from that When You Love a Woman song by Journey. I see your world. Wait. Now I'm going to get it wrong. I think I see my world inside your eyes. Something like that. It comes from the Journey song. I know what I'm talking about. I had a brain fart there. A heart needs a second chance. $38 special. I know I said Don Hanley last time, but I checked it up again like, oops. That's okay. I goofed too. That lyric comes from that 38 special song, Second Chance. A true feminine Christ will give the masculine a second chance because she understands what this connection is all about. Because of the divine plan. I highly recommend, for some of you, I do Akashic Records readings. I do one about the contract with you and your person. It's called State of the Contract, all right? Where I look into what the foundation of your contract is, where you are right now, what's been accomplished, what needs to be accomplished, what the biggest challenge in your contract is. That is a good thing to check in every now and again, every month preferably, but every now and again when you can. I have those State of the Contract readings that are underneath the Light Counterpart Twin Flame section of my Capella service suite at capellawellness.com. I also have Akashic Records readings. There are 3 different ones, okay? If you go to capellawellness.com and click on the Capella service suite, under personalized readings, you're going to see 3 different ones that talk about your Akashic Records, about your past life stuff. But again, as I said, there are 3 different ones. I now have 3 different ones. One that taps into the connection with your person, and one that, 2 of them that taps in specifically to you. Okay. Again, if you have any questions about anything, please reach out to me. Download the free mobile app. You can be in the know about things, about when I go live and maybe special discounts. I am now doing weekly messages for the free members on my mobile app, okay? I am giving some guidance for the week for those who don't have paid memberships. The paid members already have access to that too, because again, it's in my Capella Crew forum that is free on the app. You can book your readings on the app. For those my paid members, as I said, I'm having a group session again this Wednesday around 9:30 p.m. It might be earlier since my family's not here, and I have a lot more time to myself, and I'm not obligated to all these other things, or have all these other things to take care of. So, but it will be Wednesday night. Again, with the Capella memberships. If you feel like a reading is too much, you can't do it personal right now, you get a wealth of knowledge and guidance and information from those memberships, okay? It is well worth the investment. Different memberships have different benefits. There are different tiers. Some of them have coaching included. There are new tiers now that I'm doing special readings, like bonus readings, and you're not going to know how many bonus readings I'm going to do in a month. It's going to be based on what my guides tell me, okay? And it's going to be a free-for-all. You're not going to know what the reading's about until you actually go into that channel in my website, in the app, to see what reading I'm doing for you. And they just gave me another idea last night on what I'm going to be doing with those readings. So if you haven't upgraded your membership, I highly recommend that you upgrade to a Plus membership. The Plus memberships have the special bonus surprise readings. The higher memberships that don't have a plus with them, or the Origa member one, is your best bet. That one is not a plus membership, but it also includes the bonus surprise readings, okay? If you have any questions about which membership to choose, I would highly recommend you take that to God first, or you can ask me and just go by your intuition. Go by your intuition, what God's telling you should choose. Trust in that. And I know some of you may be getting hung up with the money thing. Remember, God sees what you're investing in. You're going to get way more out of that than you think you will. And paying for that is really going to come back to you in more ways than one. Okay? Law of equal give and take. You give the money away, watch what comes back. You'll get way more back than the amount of money that you're putting in. I promise you that. All right? All right, guys. That is your reading. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do because... Oh, look at that. It's 717. That is a very significant number for me. I hope this helped you, all right? Any questions you may have, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, all right? I don't bite, okay? I don't. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and to the single fathers, bless your hearts. I send you so much love and compassion. You keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry, because over time, and when God says you're ready, when everything comes to pass, when everything is aligned, you will not be a single father anymore. And for a couple of you, if you're single fathers, that is ending very, very soon, because you're the masculine here. You're going to be able to muster up the courage and find what to say. Figure out what to say where there's not going to be misunderstandings, and it's not going to be communication like it was before. And you're going to be talking about wanting to move in with the feminine, or you're going to ask the feminine to move in with you, okay? Just know that God did not intend for man to be alone, okay? So those of you who are single fathers and single mothers, right? Happy Father's Day to you too, the single mothers, because you're fulfilling both roles. Just know that that is not the end for you. That is not in God's plan for you to be a single parent for the rest of your life. It's not. But it's a choice. If you feel like, no, I'm good on my own, I don't need anybody, you can't have the 10 of Cups. Okay? You can't have the 10 of Cups if you don't have somebody. If you don't have a divine partner. All right? All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video, for liking, sharing, subscribing, for illuminating that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. I wish you the best, and I always send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starting out. Have a fantastic week, guys. Bye.